Double duck, fried chicken stuffed, and wagyu beef by the way of the office's BJ Novak, Taco Bell's Crunchwrap Supreme isn't just a fast food favorite anymore. Fast food history was forever changed in the summer of 2005 when Taco Bell first brought the Crunchwrap Supreme into the world. To say the new item was a hit is an understatement. Promoted with the tagline, "Taco Bell Classic Taste Made Modern," these handheld delights were eaten up by customers, literally and figuratively, at an unprecedented level.
It's Crunchwrap Supreme, all the classic Taco Bell taste grilled up, so it's good to go.
According to Taco Bell, the Crunchwrap Supreme quickly became the chain's most successful product introduction ever. The fun was short-lived, however. Taco Bell released its newest creation as a limited-time offering, ending sales at the close of the summer. But the people had spoken, and Taco Bell listened. Just a few months later, in January of 2006, the Mexican food chain announced it was adding the Crunchwrap Supreme as a permanent menu item. Bill Pierce, the Taco Bell Corporation's chief marketing officer, said at the time, "We have always been innovators in taste here at Taco Bell, while also creating breakthroughs in presentation and portability. Crunchwrap's combination of taste and convenience connected so strongly with our customers that there was an outpouring of support for us to bring it back." At the time of its elevation to permanent menu item status, the Crunchwrap Supreme cost just $1.89. Hearing the words Crunchwrap Supreme can elicit a Pavlovian drooling response for many of us. But would we have the same reaction to Mexagon? Because believe it or not, that was one of the many names Taco Bell considered before ultimately settling on the Crunchwrap moniker. Stephanie Perdue, Taco Bell's marketing director, told the Huffington Post, "We had to choose what aspect of the dish we wanted to emphasize. What really stood out for us was the texture, the combination of a crunchy and soft shell, but the shape was also unusual. Who's ever eaten a hexagon?" The end result of that brainstorm was Mexagon, a portmanteau of Mexico and hexagon. But that was far from the only name Taco Bell tried on for size for its newest menu item. Other potential monikers left on the cutting room floor included Crunchwich, Crunchelada, and Origami Tostada. During testing, the chain's executives found the texture of the dish resonated more with customers than its shape. According to Purdue, consumers were really responding to Crunchwich, but they told us, "You're not about sandwiches, you're Mexican." So we changed the witch to wrap. And that, Taco Bell fans, is how the now iconic Crunchwrap Supreme name came to be. As beneficial as the Crunchwrap Supreme is to your taste buds, it may be equally as harmful to another part of your body, your waistline. The popular menu item has one of Taco Bell's least nutritious items. A single Crunchwrap Supreme has a whopping 540 calories, according to the Taco Bell Nutrition Guide. Only 3 other dishes in the specialties category have more: the quesarito, black bean quesarito, and nachos Bel Grande. On top of the massive calorie count, the dish also comes packed with 21 grams of fat. That's roughly 1/3 of the recommended daily amount, based on a 2,000-calorie diet from the USDA. The Crunchwrap Supreme also has roughly 24% of your daily recommended intake of carbohydrates at 73 grams, and about 50% of your recommended sodium consumption at 1,210 milligrams. Those looking for a healthier take on the Crunchwrap won't find much in the vegetarian version. The Black Bean Crunchwrap Supreme comes with just 20 fewer calories, 3 fewer grams of fat, 110 fewer milligrams of sodium, and 4 additional grams of carbohydrates. Many would agree that the Crunchwrap Supreme tastes equally delicious in the morning as it does in the afternoon and evening. But if you find yourself craving something slightly more traditional for the first meal of the day, Taco Bell has you covered with breakfast versions of the irresistible meal. The Breakfast Crunch Bacon and Breakfast Crunch Sausage combine the handheld convenience of the Crunchwrap Supreme with the delectable flavors of a hot breakfast. Consisting of eggs, cheese, a full hash brown, and choice of meat, all wrapped in a warm flour tortilla, these menu items are Taco Bell's answer to the breakfast sandwich.
They put their hash browns on the inside?
Yeah, so they can keep their hand free. They can do that tweeter thing they do.
But Taco Bell doesn't stop concocting new versions of the popular Crunchwrap once the clock strikes noon. In the chain's vegetarian option, the seasoned beef is swapped out for black beans. Everything else remains the same. Taco Bell has never been a company to rest on its laurels. The chain is always in innovation mode, consistently coming up with bigger and better menu items. Both of those adjectives could be used to describe the Crunchwrap upgrade Taco Bell devised a few years ago. In 2016, the restaurant chain upped the ante by unveiling the triple-double Crunchwrap.
Take your Crunchwrap love to the next level. Literally, with a whole new level of seasoned beef, nacho cheese sauce, and crunchy tostada.
Along with its 2 layers of beef, this mammoth meal came with a layer of lettuce, tomato, and sour cream. The triple-double Crunchwrap wasn't a permanent menu item, but Taco Bell has re-released the offering several times over the past 6 years, most recently in 2021. It was during this last reintroduction that the Mexican chain unveiled a slightly less convoluted moniker, the Grande Crunchwrap. That name change didn't seem to stick though, as the menu item is currently referred to by its original title on Taco Bell's website. Just when customers thought the Crunchwrap couldn't get any more delicious, Taco Bell unveiled a cheesier version of the iconic dish with the help of an equally famous snack. In June 2022, the Mexican chain announced the arrival of the big Cheez-It Crunchwrap Supreme. In this new Crunchwrap creation, the tostada shell is replaced by a giant Cheez-It cracker. Liz Matthews, Taco Bell's Chief Food Innovation Officer, said in a statement, "There are few things that everyone can agree on, but the iconic flavors from Taco Bell menu items and Cheez-It snacks appeal to all. We're thrilled about this new concept with Cheez-It, which gives our fans the chance to experience the real cheese and crunch they love from both of our brands in a whole new way." The Kellogg Company, which produces Cheez-Its, was equally enthusiastic to show their product in a new light. Stephanie Miller, president of the Kellogg Company's Away From Home division, said, "We're excited to incorporate Cheez-It, made with 100% real cheese, into Taco Bell favorites and deliver customers a bold, cheesy twist on the iconic chain's go-to menu staples." Unfortunately for Crunchwrap and Cheez-It fans, the item was only sold for a limited time at one Taco Bell location in Irvine, California. According to the chain, both the Cheez-It Crunchwrap and tostada were so popular that they sold out less than a week after hitting the menu. Menu hacks are all the rage these days, and the task of discovering them usually falls on the shoulders of intrepid, innovative diners. But not at Taco Bell. The Mexican food chain has come up with its own menu hacks for its customers to enjoy, including 2 ways to elevate the Crunchwrap Supreme. The first is the Chicken Bacon Ranch Crunchwrap. Getting your hands on this delectable creation requires little work. Just some ingredient swapping when you place your order. Simply order a Crunchwrap Supreme and replace the seasoned beef with chicken and the nacho cheese sauce with avocado ranch sauce. Then ask for the reduced fat sour cream to be removed and bacon added. And voila, a Chicken Bacon Ranch Crunchwrap. The second menu hack, the Crunchwrap Pizza Supreme, takes a little more work and has to be done at home. Take your Crunchwrap Supreme back to your kitchen and assemble the following ingredients: 1/2 cup of shredded cheese, sliced green bell peppers, sliced red onion, and sliced black olives. Spread the cheese across the top of the Crunchwrap, then top it with the bell peppers, onion, and olives. Stick the dish in the oven for 10 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit and enjoy. The Crunchwrap Supreme is such an ingenious dish. It has made its way onto high-end eateries menus across the country. Portland chef Gabriel Rucker used his French technique and Chinese ingredients to concoct a double duck Crunchwrap Supreme. This handheld treat featured duck, XO sauce, Oregon Marionberry, hoisin sauce, Japanese miso paste, ginger stewed black beans, sausage, and pickled coleslaw with ginger sauce. Rucker isn't the only Portland chef with the Crunchwrap on their mind. The city has seen a number of high-end versions appear on the menus recently. Burrieria PDX had a braised beef Crunchwrap, Nacho offers fried chicken stuffed Crunchwraps, while Cocktail Lounge Palomar has the Cuban sandwich-inspired Crunchwrap Cubanos. On the other side of the country, in Durham, North Carolina, you can grab yourself a Chicken Wrap Supremo from Ex Photo Cocina Nixtamal. This delectable creation includes roasted chicken, chipotle crema, pico de gallo, queso blanco, and pickled jalapeno slices, all enclosed in a flour tortilla and sealed with grilled hoop cheese. In the Central Time Zone, Big Kid's Sandwich Shop in Chicago had a veg Crunchwrap consisting of Vietnamese pickles, cilantro, jalapeno, Duke's mayo, tostada, and provolone cheese. Speaking of plant-based food, in Dallas, the food truck Vegan Vibrations makes a vegan Crunchwrap featuring Beyond Meat, dairy-free chipotle sour cream, vegan cheddar, and mango pico de gallo. In November 2022, the digital restaurant chain Man vs. Fries announced that it was partnering with DJ Khaled on a remix of the classic Crunchwrap. In this rendition, dubbed the Khaled Crunch, the tortilla is filled with chicken, cheese, and waffle fries and covered in a Cheetos dust coating. Bill Bonhorst, the founder of Man vs. Fries, told Eater it took 9 tries to perfect his new take on the Crunchwrap. But DJ Khaled isn't the only celebrity to put their famous name behind a new take on the Crunchwrap. In July 2022, The Office star BJ Novak's pop-up restaurant chain unveiled an upscale version of the popular Taco Bell menu item. Named the Cruncho Perfecto, it featured premium wagyu beef, cheddar queso, guajillo spiced black beans, and a house-made taco sauce. The dish was also pan-fried in order to achieve an extra level of crunch. So good was the Cruncho Perfecto, it drew praise from the Crunchwraps originators. Taco Bell chef Renee Pachotti told Food & Wine, "Chef Tim Hollingsworth was on point, just left of center enough that it was his own spin on it. But ultimately, when you're eating this thing, you're like, this is a Crunchwrap. It's a pretty magical thing that they've done."
I like it a lot. It's clear and subtle at the same time. It's really good. You have a real talent for this stuff.
We're all happy to suffer through long drive-through lines if it means getting our hands on a delicious Crunchwrap. But what if we didn't have to? Well, dreams do come true. You can now enjoy the delectable dish without ever leaving home. The geniuses at Taco Bell managed to stuff just about everything inside a Crunchwrap that can fit into a handheld meal. With that in mind, you will need a fairly long list of ingredients to make your own, 15 to be precise. Fortunately, you probably already have most of these at home, like lettuce, tomato, sour cream, and seasonings. Once you're ready to get to work, your first step is preparing the beef. To do so, combine meat, oats, garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, smoked paprika, cocoa powder, yes, cocoa powder, water, and cornstarch in a pan. Bring this to a boil, then simmer for 3 minutes. Once the beef is ready and other ingredients are prepped, it's time for the most important step, building your Crunchwrap. To properly assemble a Crunchwrap, add a spoonful of meat to the tostada, top with nacho cheese, and layer a burrito tortilla on top. Flip the whole thing over so the tortilla is on the bottom. Add the sour cream, lettuce, and tomato to the top side of the tostada. Then just fold up the tortilla to enclose the Crunchwrap and dig in.